This is going to be a quick little video on why I think AI will never reach superintelligence. And I have never underlined here because I'm being a little bit cheeky, but I think there's something to it. So let's jump into it. First of all, I'm notoriously skeptical about IQ, but IQ is a valuable measure in certain ways. Now, if you look at a bell curve, this line right here, this is the line of everything below 115 is either average or below average. Okay? 85% of the population is average or below average. That means 15% of the population is above this 115 line right here. 15%. That's it. And then 130 is somewhere over here. That's like 2%. And even that isn't particularly impressive. That's like 1 in 50 people. Okay, so AI gets trained on the data output from this curve right here. That means that 85% of the training data is generated by people who are average or below average. I like to call these people midwits. What that means is that the training data is essentially a regression to the mean. Okay? It lacks consciousness, and we don't even know what consciousness is. But I would argue that whatever consciousness is valuable for actually generating valuable data. All right. Very often in human decision making, intuition and gut feelings are actually a huge part of what makes good decisions. So I think AI is useful in a number of ways. I want to be clear. I use it every day. I think it's valuable. I think it's useful for certain things. But I've very often said that it's a lot like a calculator. If you know how to do math, a calculator will make your work faster. But if you don't know how to do math, it doesn't matter how good your calculator is, you're still going to get the wrong answers. Okay? So it's very much like one of the things I've noticed when I criticize AI, people are like, "Oh, you don't know how to prompt it." It's like, well, yes, I do know how to prompt it, and the fact that I know how to prompt it is actually the reason why I don't trust it, because very often you have to go back and forth with it 5 or 10 times in order for it to give you the right answer, assuming you already know what the right answer is, or at a minimum, you have to know how to recognize wrong answers. All right. So AI is useful but limited, and it's way overhyped. All right. It's going to start and continue training on itself plus other LLMs. Right. So as the amount of data on the internet, as the amount of available training data continues to balloon, what you're already seeing is people are using they're using LLMs to write things, right? And then that's getting published to the internet, and then future LLMs are going to have that LLM output as part of its training data, right? So it's going to start consuming itself in a sense. All right. It also has a built-in bias of powerful people and institutions. So here's the kind of cycle that I see now. You start out with basically average training data. You get average output. Most of the users are going to be midwits. The output is therefore going to be geared towards midwits. You're going to get more average training data, more average output. Midwits are still going to be the vast majority of users, and so on, right? So this is the cycle that you're going to see. And I think that it's not really going to get more intelligent over time because of this right here, right? Garbage in, garbage out. And so this is not an entire explanation of why I don't trust this thing and why I think it's kind of catnip for midwits. But this is basically a good starting point, especially this diagram right here. This is the important part. The training data is necessarily average. It's necessarily this 85%. And that you can't change that. You can't change the math. And so I really don't see it being able to do complex white collar jobs like high value litigation, like engineering, like um, you know senior level computer engineering. I've tried to get AI to write computer programs, and it's not very good at it. I constantly have to correct it and tell it, oh, this is wrong, that's wrong, whatever. And like very often, I could I could do it as quick or quicker just starting myself from scratch with a blank notepad document. Um, the other thing is that large language model is right in the name, right? It's supposed to be good at writing. Just do me a favor. Go ask it to write you a story. Give it a prompt. Ask it to write you a short story, and I guarantee you that the output is going to be exactly this. It's going to be average. It's going to be generic coffee table dog shit that's like not particularly interesting, not particularly emotionally engaging, and so on, because it lacks consciousness. All right, that's it for now. Like and subscribe if you like it. If you don't, hit the other button and let me know what you think in the comments or on X.